Year.
What's good?
What it do?
We back. We out here. We outside. We doing what everything we do. You know what I'm saying?
We
NBA,
are.
NBA
We are.
basketball, baby. NBA
We are.
basketball.
Yo, real quick, how do we feel about the fall off?
I love it.
Me too.
So 29. At first on first listen, 29 I liked more than or 39 I liked more than 29. But
Okay.
now I'm back around. I kept spinning around and doing it over and over again. And that who the is you? Who the
Yeah.
is you? Who the is you? Who the
Real.
is you?
Yo.
Out the
Yeah.
way, it's a real
Real
coming
coming
through.
through.
Out the way, it's a real coming through. Oh, yo, he's going
Yeah.
crazy on that. The two niggas pop, two niggas pop. I love that song, yo. Everything. I love the whole side of it. What's that other one he got? I don't know if it's Tim's or who's on there with him. It's like
With Temps
50.
and Future.
Yeah, Future's on it. I thought that was Future's voice. You know how
Yeah.
sometimes it comes out, they drop these albums and then they don't put on like
Yeah.
who's
Yeah.
featured on it. I was like, I hear some other voices. That's not him.
Yeah. I hear
I
somebody
hear
else.
it. Why you not giving the credit? But yeah, come to find out later, that's what it was. But yeah, I really like it, and that's really all I've been rocking to.
Yeah. Same here. I've largely been on 29.
Yeah,
Um. Again, I didn't. So when Cole did like his press release or whatever, announcing the album or whatever, he wrote like what the two albums meant. I didn't read that
yeah,
beforehand.
yeah, yeah,
So it wasn't until afterwards and it changed my perspective on how I'm listening to it. Cause I'm like, yo, like this is him from 10 years ago
yeah.
writing about going back to Fayetteville. And I'm like, it just changed everything. So like all the storytelling and everything on that disc on 29, I
There's a
feel like
lot of
it's
good.
so fire, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love
a
it.
lot
I
on
don't
there.
think it's his best album, but I also, and this isn't an original thought. I heard somebody else say it, but it feels very personal, the
Yeah,
album. So I don't think he was going for like mainstream. He's not
yeah,
trying to make a platinum hit. He's
yeah.
trying to make something that's like true to him. And I think he nailed it,
I
honestly.
definitely nailed it for like the purpose that he wanted to release this for. He definitely hit it
Yeah.
right on the head, man. Right on the head. And it's like, yo, even the rollout of the whole thing was very personal to where he's like printing vinyl, a certain number of vinyls. He's riding
Yep.
around in his Civic that he
Yeah.
drove to New York with,
Yeah.
selling CDs. Like literally, he was like, I saw a video on Twitter. It was like 10 minutes long of him all over North Carolina. He's in Greensboro. He's
Yep.
in Chapel Hill. He was in Chapel Hill on Saturday. While Duke,
Yep.
North Carolina's going on, he's out there flipping CDs, yo, out the trunk. Like I just thought it was a real cool thing. The whole thing was very nostalgic, very even down to the album cover where it's like where he started with just like a
Yep.
drum machine, a speaker, and just a room, a small room and a chair,
Yes.
And
Yep.
so it just shows humble beginnings, and he's always been a humble guy. So yeah, man, shout out to Cole, Drake, great drop, and
Yeah.
I'll be rocking to that for a little while.
Yep. Same here. Same here. And then one last thing, Super Bowl. Super
Yes.
Bowl. The game was whatever. Congrats to the Seahawks. How did we feel about the performances? I'm talking Coco Jones. I'm talking Charlie Puth. I'm talking about Bad Bunny. Like, what were your thoughts musically from the Super Bowl?
Love the Coco Jones. So I was so vindicated on Monday or later on Twitter after the game when I found out. I was like, yo, that looked like what Whitney Houston wore. And I said it out loud in front of
Yes.
my sister, my dad. I'm like, she got the same outfit that Whitney Houston had on. And they were like, no, no, no. But I was right. And then, and then,
Yo, and real quick, with regards to Coco, like I knew Coco could sing.
yeah,
I didn't know she could sing. Like
dang.
I was listening to her and I was like, I didn't realize her voice was that big.
Yeah,
Like she killed it. I
really
loved
good.
everything about her
Really
performance.
good. And Charlie Puth is one of those artists who has like a very recognizable sound. So it's
Absolutely.
like, you know what I mean? And he did his thing too, with his rendition. Oh, he did, he
He
did he did the national
he
anthem.
did the
Yeah.
national anthem,
Yeah,
yeah.
he did that. Yeah, she did America the Beautiful or something like that, right? I forget which one it was.
She did the black
Oh, the Black National Anthem. That's right. Oh,
national
yeah,
anthem.
that's right.
Yeah, yeah.
They did like three different versions of it.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
crazy. But yeah, as far as Benito, man, Benito did his thing, bro. And if it went over your head, it was gonna go over your head.
It wasn't meant for you then.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like I didn't need to. I took 4 years of Spanish, and I knew enough to know what time it is. Plus, I listened to him often. Like I
Yeah.
don't. I never needed him to understand what he was saying. I knew.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah.
Like yeah, I just knew. Like you know what I mean? If you've been outside ever in your life, then you know the effect of Bad Bunny. And I'll be
Ever in your
outside
life is funny. Yes.
ever
No,
in
you're
your
absolutely
life.
right.
Yeah.
You're
Cause like,
absolutely
yo, he
right.
took it back to like the reggaeton days. Like this latest album is fire. And then I love that, Deriti Hamas photos. Like,
Yes.
I wish it took more pictures, yo. Who doesn't feel
Yes.
about that? That's what the whole
Yes.
album was about. Like the album, the tour, this culminated similarly to how Kendrick did with, how he capped off a huge year. Bad Bunny did the same thing, man. So shout out to Benito, man. He did his thing
Yeah.
through
Yeah.
all the
Nah,
haters.
beautiful thing.
It's crazy. All these people was like, I'm gonna watch Kid Rock. I'm gonna watch Kid Rock. I'm gonna go watch this thing on Turning Point USA, blah, blah, blah. And they're not gonna watch Bad Bunny, whatever, right? But
Yeah.
everybody had a comment. Everybody had an
Exactly.
opinion on how the show was.
Exactly.
So y'all all ended up watching it anyway. And it was the most watched Super Bowl halftime show
Ever.
ever. Ever.
Ever.
And y'all talking about Bad Bunny doesn't speak English. What is ball with the ball to bang the bang, diggy diggy diggy, set the boogie, the up jumps the boogie? What part of the English is that?
You're
Somebody
not
tell me.
wrong.
Step to the
You're
front
not
of the
wrong.
class and tell me what that is. Man, get out of here, man. Yeah.
Yes, yes, Benito. Nah, it was beautiful, man. I loved it. I'm right there with you. I mean, like I took many years of Spanish. I am far from fluent, but like vibes, the music, the
I know
energy,
what
it,
Titi me
it was it was
pregunta
a
me.
great thing.
My auntie asking me, why you got so many girlfriends? Why? My aunt asking me why I have so many girlfriends. And I tell her, I want to get them in the VIP.
Yes.
Hey, you guys don't be outside. I don't be
Yeah.
outside like that now. But when I was outside once upon a time, so
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
Those of us who have touched the streets, we know about Benito, man.
A
Y'all don't
hundred
know.
percent.
You don't
A
know.
hundred percent.
Find a strange Latina this summer. A stranger. A stranger. Find her in a hookah lounge and start dancing on her. And she
That's
will
it.
dance with you. She'll look
That's
back
it.
real quick. If you all right looking, she'll let you have a go at it. She'll let you dance with
That's
her.
crazy.
Make sure she don't got nobody else crazy with her, like, anything else. But yeah, give it a shot, man. It's fun.
It's fun. Let's get into it, bro. This is Heat Check powered by Designated Report, and
Yes.
I'm Johnell. I'm with my guy Matt Price Cash Walking, and this is again Heat Check powered by Designated Report.
Yes.
Yeah, man, we got basketball. We just passed the trade deadline. We got the All Star festivities coming up
Yes.
in a couple of
Yes.
days. So we got some things to touch on. First things first, over the last couple of weeks, we've been talking trades, potential trades. Giannis was on the block. We saw James Harden get traded. Trae Young got traded a few weeks ago.
Yep.
I kind of want to get your thoughts on some winners and losers from the trade deadline. I'm gonna start with you. I'm gonna kick it off with you. A winner. Who's a winner that came out of this year's 2026 trade deadline?
Well, obviously, you got to jump right into the Cleveland Cavaliers, man. That James Harden he's been on the Clippers, so he had
Yep.
been, I guess you could say, quietly having a really really big season.
Great year. Yep.
So it's absolutely an upgrade from Darius Garland, who was he's playing good ball. He was a good backcourt mate beside Donovan Mitchell, but like for the year, these guys, he had like a negative net rating, and it just wasn't working out there defensively. They were hurting. Not that James Harden is known for his defense, but I think that he will create a lot. He'll draw a lot more attention to open things up for the rest of those guys. And you know how he
Absolutely.
plays with those rim running bigs, those long arm bigs that he's got out there now. And James is a great passer, great lob thrower. And so far it's already, they're already off to a good start with him since his
Yeah.
arrival. But yeah, they were able to turn their entire rotation around. They got Darius Garland, DeAndre Hunter, and Lonzo Ball out of there. Swapped them for James Harden, Keon Ellis, and Dennis Schroeder from the Kings. They got them off
Yeah.
there. And so you got some good backcourt depth for the bench, and you got a star. He's still James is 36, but still playing at a
Something
really
like
high
that. Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
And to pair beside your superstar player. So yeah, man, I thought the Cavs were a big winner, and I now that I saw it in action on Sunday, well, in Boston, the Knicks, man. I know it's my team. I'm supposed to be impartial doing a show, but listen, Jose Alvarado was a great grab, and they were able to do that by sending Yabusele, who a week ago was an untradeable asset. They were able to get him off to Chicago to bring back Delon Terry to now flip that in order to get Jose
Jose.
Alvarado from
Yeah.
from the Pelicans, who plays defense. He's great with ball pressure, can pick up full court, has that toughness, that edge, that grittiness that you want from a New York City guard. Man, shout out Boricua, Puerto Rico once again. And yeah, man, now we got a Dominican and a Puerto Rican. We up. This is very New York right now. Very New York.
Yeah, so funny enough, that was who I went with. I
Yeah,
think the Knicks were a very subtle winner at the trade deadline. I know there was a lot of talk about Cat. I know there was a lot of talk about just trying to bolster the defense, especially because Cat and Jalen Brunson aren't the most defensive oriented players in the league, right?
yeah,
And that's not to say that Jose Alvarado is going to come in and he's going to completely change everything. But I was taking a look at the stats earlier today, and like defensive rating, Jose is like middle of the pack.
yeah.
But you've also got to understand that Pelicans defense is putrid. I think they're
The
like
whole, yeah,
28th,
as a
like
whole,
28th in the league. Yeah.
yeah,
So like obviously his numbers are going to be skewed a little bit because of that. Um, but when you like really start to dig into the numbers, I came up with Jose when he's on the court. He he is or the Pelicans were giving up 6 less points per 100
okay,
possessions, which is huge.
that's a good
So
number.
like he's a 8, 10, 12 player, point per game player a night. He's not going to light up the scoreboard, but that's not what the Knicks need. You've been talking about it all year. It's effort, it's
Yes,
intensity, it's getting after
yes,
it, and that's the motor that he's going to
that's what
bring.
he's gonna bring.
So
Absolutely,
I think it was a sneaky good move
me
by the
too.
Knicks. You guys didn't overreact. You didn't blow the whole thing up. We'll see. We'll see how it
Yeah,
pans out.
stayed within the margins, man. Like just like I had said before, and the lineup with him and Josh Hart on the floor was the most chaotic moments of I've ever seen on a basketball
Yeah,
court. It was, and I can't wait to see that so much more because those two guys on the floor at the same time, and they had played together before when Josh
that's right.
originally got
Yeah,
Jose's rookie year was Josh's, like I don't know, maybe it was like one of his last years in New Orleans.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, man, they had played there, and so they're familiar. And now this is a big pickup because Deuce McBride just had surgery as well. They just got Shamit back, and then McBride now he has to go get surgery, which he'll be back for the playoffs because he's a huge piece for the Knicks. But this is a nice, strong, and complementary piece to fill that void while
yeah.
he's out, and so they can finish strong.
Give me a loser from the trade deadline, player or
Uh,
team.
Without a doubt, no. The loser, there's. If I'm going to list a player, it's John Morant because he couldn't get out of the situation that he was in Memphis.
Okay, that's
If I
fair.
got to list a team, it is the Dallas Mavericks, man. Like, what are y'all doing over there? I just saw a report today that Mark Cuban is trying to put together a team to buy them back. That's how. That's how.
Really?
That's how bad they've torched this thing. He's like, "What y'all do to my
Jeez.
baby? What did y'all do to my
Yeah,
baby?" You know, it's one thing. Okay, we make a thing about the Luka Doncic and the Anthony Davis, and even that right there. Okay, so you get back Anthony Davis, and Max Christie's turned into a nice looking player for them.
he is.
He's
Yeah,
had some pretty good games. He's going to be a good role player for them, good rotation player for years to come. Hopefully, they can keep him signed. But now you've turned Anthony Davis. I get the injuries and everything, but that's why I would be like, yo, just hold on to him. Because these picks that you got from Washington, like, what are those going to be? And then the players are just expiring contracts.
yeah,
AJ Johnson, Malachi Branham, they already cut Marvin Bagley. So he's
yeah.
out of there. So, like, what did you get for Luca? You got what? 5 picks that'll likely be late because the 2026 first round pick is from the Thunder. That's going to be at the end of the first round. Then they got another pick
100%.
from the Warriors. The Warriors aren't going to tank out. That's going to be somewhere from 20 to 30 as well. And then you got 3 second rounders. Like, this is not enough. This is not enough
I agree.
for players like Luka Doncic, who is one of the top 10 best players in the league right now, and Anthony Davis, who already is one of the top 75 players ever.
Yep.
So I think that that's their biggest loser, man. It is, it is, and I mean, poor Nico Harrison, not poor Nico Harrison, but he started all this.
He did. He started the Avalanche.
Yeah, he started the Avalanche, and they just have not been able to bring back what they need to bring back, and for the talent that they've let go.
Yeah. So I think the biggest loser is the Warriors.
Mm,
They ended the Jonathan Kaminga drama and everything like that. But I think them getting rid of him is the biggest indicator of how far the Warriors have fallen. Steve Kerr said it earlier in the year that they're an aging dynasty. And again, I just feel like this is very much an indicator of the
yeah,
beginning of the end
yeah,
if we didn't see it before. We talked about it on this show. I brought it up that the Warriors were in a very interesting spot. I think it was after the 2020 season or 21 season, the year that Clay was hurt, Steph
yeah,
was hurt, and we knew that they were going to come back healthy. They were like 31, 32 at the time, and they had these lottery picks.
yeah.
And it's like, if you draft correctly, you
Mm,
could really build something to win now,
and
as well
later.
as build something into the future.
Yep.
Um, with those picks, they got Jonathan Kaminga, they got Moses Moody. And then in 22, they got Patrick Baldwin. They missed out on players like your boy Franz down
Didn't
in
they get
Orlando.
they
They
hit
missed,
they missed Wiseman too, right? They had Wiseman too.
they had
Didn't they?
Wiseman too the year
That was one
before.
of the year before. Okay.
They missed out on Sengun. They missed out on
Mm,
Jalen Williams. Like they just
yeah.
missed in the draft when
Over and
they
over. Yeah.
over and over. And obviously in retrospect, everything's going to be 2020. But of the 8 players they've drafted since that abysmal year when everybody was hurt, they only have 1 player remaining on the team that they drafted.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
like at this point, it's, Steph Curry's hurt right now. He's not playing in the All-Star game, trying to nurse, his legs back to health.
Yeah.
Klay Thompson's gone. Draymond Green is a shell of himself. Like this team is going to be bad sooner than later. Jimmy Butler's hurt. So at this point, it's just like, how long, to me, the way I see it is how long does Steph Curry stay there? Does he go to a different team? Does he stay,
Yeah.
for lack of a better word, stay loyal to the Warriors? I don't think anybody would blame him if he stays. I don't think anybody would blame him if he decided he wanted to leave. But at this point, the Warriors, they've cleaned house more or less. And I think they were the biggest loser at the
Yeah.
trade deadline.
Jalen Williams was a player that was right out there under their nose too in college. He was at Santa Clara.
Yeah.
So I mean, this guy's 20 minutes, 30 minutes down the street from you, and they let that one. I mean, he was the 12th overall pick, but still, they let that one slip away. A player of that caliber. I mean, this guy just signed a max deal, like a max extension, and he's already a world champ. So, yeah, those are the type of value picks that you wish you got.
Yeah. Yeah. So in the same vein as the trade deadline, we have, and we talked about this a little bit a couple weeks ago, just in terms of like the construction of a team. At this point in 2026, are the front offices, is the front office and the GM more important than a superstar in today's NBA?
I think we were just talking about it right now. I think so because you gotta be able, like, yeah, superstar players. They're projecting superstars annually. When these kids are in
Sure.
high school, they're telling us they're going to be superstars in the NBA. But when you could find a Sengun, when you could find a Nikola Jokic, who has now turned into one of
True.
this guy's a second round draft pick. He's hands
Yep.
down the best, the most gifted player in the league without being the most athletic player in the league. There's guys, even to Giannis, like
True.
these scouts, these front offices. You got to have a guy in the front office with the balls to actually take an unknown when there are known college commodities right here, and then you got to have a scout who has that eye who says, "Hey, man, I seen this skinny 7 foot long armed something out here, and he's raw." But if we could get him in our development program, then we could turn this. He could be a superstar, and
Yeah,
it takes a collective to be able to put that together. So I mean, yeah, superstars are projected often, but it's not often that guys can just go out there and pick them. Most of the time, like a guy like Cade Cunningham, he's going to be a superstar, but we knew that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like
yeah,
those guys are always there. We have the McDonald's All American game. We have Naismith all player of the years and first team All Americans for college. Like the college basketball system being set up, it tells you kind of where a superstar is going to be and who is going to be one. Who has the best chances at least at being one. So I feel
yeah,
like being able to find those guys, especially for the smaller market teams, that's more valuable than actually just having them, and once you get them, who could, knowing the type of team that you need to put around those guys too. The
yeah,
front office is key, man. Key.
yeah. So you, I'm I disagree with you a little bit, but you kind of swayed me in your direction. So the reason I say no, I say you still need superstars in 2026. Reason being, we haven't had, I was looking back at past champions. I think the last team to win an NBA championship that didn't have a superstar on it was that Pistons team that beat the Lakers back
Yeah,
in 2004.
yeah,
And like, yes, Richard Hamilton, great player. Chauncey Billups, great player. They had Rasheed Wallace and Ben Wallace and all these guys, Tayshaun
yeah,
Prince. They weren't superstars. They were just they were a great team, great defensive team all the way around. But other than that, you have a bona fide superstar on each and every team that's won a championship over the last 20 years. But to your point, and you've been drumming this for years, you absolutely need a good GM, a great front office to do all the things that you said. You have to have people that can go out and scout and be like, hey, I saw this kid play in nowhere, Nebraska. I think he really has
yeah,
potential. And then, the GM, he's got to look at the big picture and say, all right, this is who we have on the team currently. This is who we're projecting to have in the next couple of years. This is, you got to look at chemistry. You got to look at all these different things. Coaching philosophy. Does that fit with this kid's skill set? And
yeah.
can we make it work?
All that.
And, we've seen it with OKC. We've seen it with, they haven't won a championship, but we've seen it with Minnesota. We've seen it with Orlando, where we've seen it. We're seeing it with Detroit, where, the GM, the front office, yes, they have the superstar player, but they built a team that is capable of winning now as well as moving forward.
Yeah,
And I think that's huge in today's NBA
it
because
is.
I look at a team like the Lakers, and they're always going to get the big free agents. Everybody wants to play for the
Always.
Lakers. Everybody wants to live in California. But what does this team look like in a year or two when LeBron
Yeah,
leaves?
yeah.
Yes, you
Luca.
have Luca, but
What
after
else?
that,
Yeah.
well,
Can
so
they even retain Austin Reeves and stuff like that? Yeah, like do they even want to?
exactly.
What
Yeah.
in 2 years it'll look completely different. We don't know.
Whereas we have OKC, and it feels like they're the blueprint right now. They've got their players, they've got their young core locked up for the next 5 years. Everybody's got an extension. Everybody's good. They're going to tinker with the role players and the rotations and things like that. But the core elements of that team, they're locked in. So you can kind of pencil them in for being a top, half in the West every year. They're going to be in contention every year for a championship.
Yeah,
And as a fan, as a team, what more can you ask for?
couldn't you couldn't ask for more.
So
To be in, have a shot every year.
you swayed me a little bit. I do. I mean, I do. You have to have a superstar, but yes, I think
Yeah,
more and more importantly, as the years go on, yes, you need a GM who's
you got
able
to.
to to see what's going on currently and be able to forecast 1, 3, 5 years out
Yeah,
and be able to build something
yeah.
cohesive moving forward.
Especially in those small markets too, man, like Utah, like
100%.
Charlotte, like Milwaukee. You know, these small markets that are not popular destinations of free agency. Like you said, everybody going to want to go to LA. Everybody want to go to Miami. I am down to move to Houston and play hoops, in the wintertime.
Yep.
Like that's
Yep.
what people are going to think. Even Chicago, it's cold, but it's Chicago.
Yep.
And if you're an
New
NBA
York.
player, you're going to be all right. New York, yeah. So the big cities and stuff like that. Those are the bigger cities because they're all pretty much big cities. But there's destination places in the league for sure. And
Absolutely.
I think in
Absolutely.
those places, you got to know how to play the trade deadline game. You got to know these. That's why you need a smart front office.
Yep. I absolutely agree. Um, and then we'll wrap this up about the trade deadline and trades and stuff like that. But talking about the front office, we saw Anthony Davis get
Oh,
traded. You mentioned it a little bit earlier. Trae Young was traded a few weeks ago to Washington as well. And when I tell you they almost couldn't even let the ink dry on the contract, they couldn't take their media day photos before it was announced that they were getting shut down for the
he not
season.
playing.
To
We got
me,
him, but he not playing.
so I guess I understand both of them have been dealing with injuries this year. I get it. But it feels like Washington is playing in everybody's face.
Yeah,
We know you're tanking. You just gave up like known players for known players,
yeah.
and they're not going to play. They're not even going to attempt to play. It
Not even a try.
seems crazy to me. So I guess my question to you is: do you have an issue with this?
I have
Do
a
you have an
major
issue
issue with this.
with what Washington did
Major
or is
issue with
doing?
this because there's implications that involve other teams. It's and beyond seeding too. Like the Knicks have a pick on the line, like a protected pick, where
Mm,
if they were to
I didn't even
finish in
think
a
of that.
certain if they were to finish in a certain seat, I think it's I forget exactly what it is. Don't quote me, but I think it's a top like 10 or 14 protected. So with Anthony Davis and Trae Young playing even at 80%, they're gonna win more games there. And so to sit them down, they're doing this so that they can keep that pick because they want to finish
Yeah,
out
yeah,
around. They either want to round out this rebuild with a draft pick, or they want to use that pick in the summertime to try and get one more piece. So yeah, I know that's just personally to my situation. I
yeah,
know they're
yeah,
doing
yeah,
that. Then last night you got Utah. The players didn't get the message from Will Hardy, but Laurie Markkinen and Jaren Jackson Jr., who just got traded to the Jazz, they had
yeah,
combined for 49 points through 3 quarters. And then this dude intentionally sat these dudes the entire fourth quarter. And the Jazz still
yeah,
won. One of the other players went crazy and they still went out there and won. But to be so purposely non-competitive, uncompetitive, that is
yeah,
it's an affront to everything that the league is trying to do to stop that. We were just talking about how the play-in, or not the a play-in tournament being that its existence, also the in-season tournament. Like they're doing all these things to try to bolster
yeah,
competition.
yeah,
And then here you got these dudes like, oh, I'm trying to just keep my draft position. I want to keep that 14% chance to get the first round pick or the number one pick. I mean, so or keep my pick. So I have two picks in the first.
yeah,
It's not cool. But then again, back to our previous conversation to kind of cap it, it's a smart front office move. I hate it, but it's a smart front office move. The more picks you have, the more value there is to it, the better you can get faster. So,
yeah,
I get it. I get it, but I don't like it.
yeah. So I wasn't even thinking, draft picks. Like that's a very valid point.
Yeah,
When you have
get rid of
protected draft
protected
picks or
picks
whatever.
already. Yeah, get rid of them
Yeah,
altogether if you're going to allow this.
yeah. No, that's a very
Like
valid
you have to
point.
straight up give your pick in trades now. No more protected if it's top. That if you're going to be tanking, then that's the risk you should take.
Yeah,
They would
that's
not tank
valid.
had that pick like they had already given it away. Like they would be if they knew the pick was ours already, then they
Yeah,
would be playing these dudes. I'm telling you.
yeah. No, that's completely valid. I mean, I don't care necessarily. Like Washington knew they were going to be bad.
Yeah,
Yes, they probably would have won more games if those two players are playing, but they're still going to be in the bottom, quarter of the league at the end of the
Sure,
day.
sure.
Um, so yeah, I mean, I was thinking about it more just in the sense of um, like competition. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
again, piggybacking off of what you said, the league is trying to drum up competition. The players seemingly don't care until the last quarter of the season and into the playoffs. And if the front office is kind of exacerbating that, where it's like,
yeah,
hey, yeah, we're just not going to play you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know you're hurt. We're going to lean into that. You're hurt, your knee, your hand, whatever. You're going to get paid. And then next year, we're going to retool. We're going to have a top 10, top 5 draft pick. We're going to pair them with you guys and off to the races we go.
yeah,
But it's like, what about the last 25 games of the
yeah,
season? What about your fan base?
yeah. Y'all still
Like, you
selling
brought
tickets,
it.
right?
Yeah. So like I don't know. To me, it's like you still, as a franchise, you should still be putting a product on the court that people want to watch.
Yeah,
And
paid for.
in doing this, yeah, and in doing this, why would anybody want to tune in? And my thing
Exactly.
was, again, they're battling injuries. They have been battling injuries. Fine. You have taken it completely off the table whether or not these guys can play. If AD came back and, after 5 games, he's like, hey, like, I really
I
need,
feel good.
the extra time, or I need surgery or whatever, then shut him down.
Yeah,
With 10, 15 games left in the season, shut him down. But I don't know. It just feels disingenuous. And again, in a time, especially with legalized gambling, when you're talking about like the integrity of the game, stuff like this, I feel like just rubs people the wrong way.
it does. It does. Like, what about somebody who has a bet, preseason bet on the Wizards to win X amount of games, and then they're
Yeah.
doing this?
Yeah.
Or if they, you know what I'm saying? What if somebody did it for the job? Or any of these tanking teams, like the front offices don't care about that, but the league should.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Um, let's get away from them bums.
Yeah, let's
Um,
talk All Stars.
All Star weekend is upcoming. As of recording, it's Tuesday. We have festivities Friday, Saturday, Sunday this upcoming weekend. Um, yeah, we talk about the All-Star game every year, different formats. Do the players care? Is the dunk contest going to be good, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? We're all going to tune in. We're going to watch.
Oh
So
yeah,
we might as well make some picks while we're at it.
yes,
Um,
let's do it.
so we're going to jump right into Saturday night. 3-point contest.
Oh
We just
yeah,
found out that
great.
Damian Lillard, who has not played a minute of basketball this season, will be participating.
This
Two-time
what makes it worth
champion.
watching right here. This is what. This is
I
why it's worth watching.
agree.
He
We
said, "Y'all
have
gotta take my title.
yeah.
I'm not just gonna give it to
So
you."
we got Dame Lillard, we got Devin Booker, we got Con Knipple, Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Murray, Bobby Portis Jr., and Norman Powell. Who do you got winning on Saturday night in the 3-point contest?
I got Con Canepo, man, the rookie.
I'm right there with you.
This
I'm right there
kid
with you.
is putting together quietly, but not quietly. He happens to be in Charlotte, but he's putting together one of the best shooting seasons in NBA history right now. He like
Isn't he shooting like 47% from three or
dog,
something crazy?
yo, that's on the season. So on the season, he's shooting 48% from the field, 42% from three, and 90% from the free throw line. And in the last 10 games, he's 49% from the field, 43% from three, and 90 from the free throw line. Still, like, I mean, he's unbelievable. Every game, he's coming out and just
Yeah.
torching. He's averaging 18 on the season. I mean, like, he could have been an all-star if we're being real
Oh,
honest.
absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
if we're being honest, especially now that they're on a little heater, they won 9 out of 10. They are really a team that I feel like is finally starting to put it together. They were the other team when I was like, okay, I like what the Cavs did, and I like what the Knicks did. That was another trade deadline winner. They brought Kobe White in, another just dynamic
Yes.
guard, and
Yep.
who could push the pace and play the way they want to play. That team's been playing really well. And yeah, man, I Con Canupa, the way he's shooting this thing, I feel like he's perfect for a 3-point contest.
Yeah, I'm right there with you for all the reasons you said.
Yeah.
I think I mean, it should be like we have the 3-point contest. We have like for the NBA fan, household names, right?
Yes.
Um, the average fan might not know everybody, but if you watch the NBA pretty regularly, you know all of these guys. So I think it's going to make for a very engaging competition. You have some very good shooters out there, so I'm with you on Khan, but I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch. So I'm
Definitely.
excited to see that.
Definitely.
Um, for the 2026 All Star Weekend, they brought back the Shooting Stars Challenge. We've
This is
seen this
cool.
come and go.
This
They
is
got rid
cool.
of the skills competition for this year.
Yeah.
Um, so there's 4 teams. We have Team All Star, which is Scotty Barnes, Chet Holmgren, and Richard Hamilton is the legend. We have Team Knicks, Jalen Brunson, Cat, and Allen Houston, the legend.
Yes.
Team Cameron, who are they're Duke alum, Jalen Johnson,
Boo.
Khan previously mentioned, as well as Corey Maggette.
Yeah.
And then you have Team Harper,
This is
who
cool.
is Dylan Harper, Ron Harper Jr., and Ron
Yeah.
Harper Sr.
Ron and his
Um,
kids. I like this.
yeah. Who actually, I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
No chance Team Harper wins. I'm not even
It's a fun
considering
story
them.
though.
I'm not even considering them winning. Um, I feel like this is blasphemy talking to you. I'm going with the Duke alums. I like Khan. I like Jalen Johnson. Corey Maggette, honestly, I'm a little weary
Yeah.
about Corey Maggette, but
I don't know
I'm
what he
gonna go
looked
with
like
Team
these days.
Cameron.
I don't know what Corey
Me
Maggette
either.
looked like these days. He could hoop back in the day, but I don't know what
Yeah.
he looking like these days. I know Allen Houston's still in pretty good shape. So I'm going
Yes.
with Team
Yes.
Knicks. I'll never pick a Team Duke Cameron. As much as I even like Con Knuckle, I'll never
Yeah.
take anything Duke related. That
That's fair.
no, that's it. Con Knuckle he can shoot, undeniable. I'm there on that. But a team of Dukes, no,
Fair
no.
enough. Fair enough.
Tar Heels.
Dunk contest. We'll see how this goes.
Yep.
But we have 4 contestants. We got Carter Bryant. We got Jackson Hayes. Who was it? Kishad Johnson
Yep.
and Jace Richardson. Who do you got in the dunk contest?
See, so I wanted to take the family vibe in that Shooting Stars game, but I was like, nah, they're not gonna win. But I'm gonna stay with the family vibe here. Jace Richardson gonna do it like his pops did it like 20 something years ago,
I'm
and
there.
he's gonna
Yep.
win this thing. If he doesn't, the backup is Carter Bryant because I know he's a freak athlete. This dude is crazy athletic. So I'm just curious to see what he comes up with. I hope I just hope they just make the dunk the first time, bro. That's it. Focus on
Yeah.
the creativity's cool, but throw it down hard. Just do one thing and just make the first dunk. I don't want to see them out there trying 100 different dunks. Jace Richardson.
Yeah. I don't see Carter or Kishad winning only because like they're super athletic, but from what I've seen, they're not very creative. Like
Yeah.
creative in the air. Um Jackson Hayes is creative in the air, but he's also 7 foot.
He's
And I feel
100 feet
like,
tall, yeah.
yeah, he's too tall for a dunk contest. I'm right there with you with Jace. I think it's in his DNA. I'm sure he's gonna go to Pops and get some pointers.
Oh, yeah. Pop's going to be
I
there
got
as a
Jace
prop.
Richardson too.
Pops is going to be a prop at
He
some
probably
point.
will be.
Yeah, at some point. You know it.
He probably will be.
At least
So yeah,
a
I'm
guest
right there with you.
passer.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that. And let's jump to Sunday night.
Okay.
Again, different format. We've talked about it for a few weeks.
Yes.
It's the stars versus the world. So, the world is all of our international players, the Giannis's, the Giannis's, the Jokic, the Lukas, the SGAs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then you have 2 teams of the United States stars.
Yes.
I'm interested to see how this works. It's going to be a round robin type of thing, to crown a champion. Um, who do you think wins the tournament?
Yo, this world team is insane. Like I'm
It
not like
it is. It really
it's
really
insane.
is.
I mean, Giannis, Luka, SGA, Jamal Murray, Jokic, Sengun, Siakam, Wembanyama, and now it's all of a
Cat.
sudden Cat is Dominican today. Like he's
Yeah.
Dominican one day, he's American. Like, what are you doing for us, Pa? Come on, man. But all right, you don't want to be American anymore. Whatever. I do like that team, so I think the world's gonna do it mostly because I think their players are gonna really try. Like I feel like Jamal Murray only
Yeah.
got one gear. Avia's in his first All Star game, so he's gonna go. I feel also like Giannis only has one gear, like, and he
That's a
just is gonna.
fact.
And then Wimby's gonna be out there with playing with one gear. So I feel like there's three guys out there, four guys they got on their team that are going to play really hard, and the rest of it, I don't know who that player is for the Stars and Stripes. Like I can't see the American player. Maybe
And
Jalen
Edwards.
Durham about to get suspended, so who knows if he's even gonna be at this thing. He was fighting, so maybe Ant
Yeah,
Edwards,
yeah.
maybe Scotty, because I think he's kind of just like not all there in the head, so he just be going out there playing like it's whatever. But yeah, man, Jalen Johnson, he's a high energy player who I think could make some impact. And their coach is JB Bickerstaff, who you know it's an all star game, but this guy he be getting some he gets his players to do wild things. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the world, but the stripes. I mean the stars will be my backup.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, we're agreeing on a lot tonight. I am with the
I
world as
know
well.
we didn't
And,
plan
and,
this
and
out.
honestly, no, and honestly, it's for a lot of the reasons that you said a couple weeks ago, and you echoed them here. I just think the world is going to take it seriously. Like
Yeah,
they want to win. They want to put their respect. I mean, not even respective countries, but like be able to sit there and be like, hey, like there are great
yeah,
basketball players outside of the United
yeah.
States. Hopefully that sparks a flame with everybody else. You know,
Yes.
maybe we get LeBron locking in for the last 3 minutes of the game or however I don't even know the format or how it works or
Yeah,
time
I'm
or
on
anything
that.
like that. But
I'm on here now. I'm trying to see
um,
game
I'm
details.
hoping that I'm hoping that you're right that this does spark a competition where it's like, yo, like, yes, you're my boy, but on this stage, you're not going to beat me. And hopefully we get some great basketball out of it. That's really all that I can ask for during the
Definitely,
All-Star game or games,
definitely.
I guess.
Yeah, they're gonna play 3 games leading up, and then the championship game. So the first game is at
Okay.
5. Second game two's scheduled for 5:55. Game three is scheduled for 6:50 or 6:25. So hopefully they don't have too much downtime because that kind of killed it, and it takes the guys are warm and then they cool off. So we'll see
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that. But
yeah.
yeah, the first game is Stars versus the World. The game two is the Stripes versus I'm assuming whoever wins that or loser of it.
Yeah.
And then game three is Stripes versus it's probably Stripes versus winners and then Stripes versus losers. And I think that's probably how it
Okay.
would go.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
because there's only 3 teams. So yeah, and then whoever has the best record, probably whoever gets 2 wins out of that. The two teams that get 2 wins or split will go, to the championship, and then they'll duke it
Yeah.
out.
We'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see.
man.
Before we get out of here, Knicks update. How are we feeling? The Knicks are playing well.
Yeah, yeah. They're playing well. Like I said, the addition of Alvarado, I think that's a perfect addition to this group, and I think it adds something that they absolutely need off the bench. He can play with the starters as well. He's going to be a spark plug coming off the bench, and be able to keep that energy up for them. And I'm encouraged after this fight in Charlotte last night because look, Isaiah Stewart gonna miss. He's a repeat offender, so he about to miss like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes,
Adam
he
Silver
is.
plus repeat offender. He
And he came
dog,
off the bench.
dog came off the bench with his knees wrapped in ice. So like he was not
Yes.
supposed to be there. Like he was throwing and he threw punches that connected. So He might do 15, 20 games. You're talking about he coming back in like middle March. What the Knicks aren't that far back from the 1 seed. So I guess I obviously we want the goal to always be just, play good basketball. But now I want that 1 seed. I want the goal to be all things
That's
come through
fair.
Madison Square Garden. They're 5.5
That's
games back,
fair.
and they have Detroit straight out of the All-Star break on Thursday next week. I will be there on the 19th. So yeah, man, they've had our number this year, and that's the only thing really that's really in front of them. I did see Tatum was practicing with the Celtics G
Yeah, I
League
saw that
team.
too,
I
which
don't know
is
how
crazy.
close he is. Yeah, I don't know how real close he is to being out there playing, but yeah, the Cavs, Celtics, Pistons, only things to really worry about in the East. And yeah, we just got to continue to play good basketball, finding that way. Mike Brown's got to find his rotations because we're very deep now. And yeah, man, find what works and let's close this season out right.
There we go. With that said, let's get out of here.
Yes.
I'm Johnell. That's my guy, Matt Price Cash Walking. This is Heat Check powered by Designated Report. We will be back with y'all next week.